Okay, so here we go. So here are some problems from section 4.3. I'm just going to pick a couple of these because I don't need to do a ton of them. So let's start with 22. Okay, so we're solving for t. So remember, this is solving using inverses. So it's 1.4 plus t equals 3.6. And remember, this is a positive 1.4 added to t. So if I want to get rid of a positive 1.4, I have to do the opposite of that, which is negative 1.4. And whatever I do to one side of the equation, again, I have to do to the other. So this gives me t equals 2.2. Okay. And then if I check it real quick, 1.4 plus 2.2 does equal 3.6. That's a real easy one to check. 26. I've got 8 3/8 equals r minus 2 1/3. Okay, so again, I want to get r by itself, so I got to get rid of this negative 2 1/3 because what I'm doing is subtracting it. So I'm going to add 2 1/3. Okay, so the easiest way to do this is to keep it improper. So 8 3/8 is going to be 67 over 8. Excuse me, plus 7 over 3. I can multiply this by 8 over 8 and this by 3 over 3 to get 24ths. 180, so 201 over 24 plus 56 over 24. That gives me 257 over 24, and that doesn't break down any, so that's just r. So, oh, sorry, I'm kind of off the screen here, aren't I? So 201 over 56 over 24 plus 56 over 24, that gives me 257 over 24. So r equals 257 over 24, and then it'd be like 10, and that gives us 240 and 17/24. Yeah, either one of those is fine. Okay. Next, number 28. Whoops, sorry. Didn't need that. Oh, let's go back to this. Yeah, there we go. 4.3. Keisha feeds her dog 2/3 cup of food in the morning. She feeds the dog a total of 1.5 cups of food every day. Write an addition equation to find how much food she gives her dog the rest of the day. So here's what she has. She has morning plus rest of the day equals her total. It's kind of the cheap way to write this out. So in the morning, we know she gives 2/3 of a cup. The rest of the day we don't know what she gives, but this is the total of 1.5 cups. So there's our equation. It's a positive 2/3, so to get rid of that 2/3, subtract it. So really I have 3/2, because that's what 1.5 is, minus 2/3. Common denominator is going to be sixths. So it's going to be 9 over 6 minus 4 over 6, which gives us 5 over 6. So she gives the rest of the day, she gives 5/6 of a cup to her dog. Okay. All right. Number 30. Oh, I got a lot here, don't I? 32. Negative 1.7 plus h equals negative 2.2 minus 3.4. The reason I picked this one to look at is I have to combine those first. Okay, I have to bring those together first. So negative 1.7 plus h is going to be negative 5.6 when I do negative 2.2 minus 3.4. And then I've got a negative 1.7, so I've got to get rid of that by doing its opposite, which is adding a 1.7. Now I know this is going to be negative because the negative has a larger absolute value. So I need to do 5.6 minus 1.7 now. Borrow, that gives me 9, 3.9. Yeah, so negative 3.9. Okay. 36. Okay, 36. Y plus 5.8 equals 3 over 20. What I suggest you do here is convert this to a fraction. 5.8 is 5 8/10, which is really 5 4/5. So I've got y plus 5 4/5 equals 3/20. That becomes, and then it's a positive, I'm gonna get rid of that by doing a negative or subtracting it. So negative 5 4/5 becomes negative 29 over 5 plus 3 over 20. Okay. So my common denominator is 20ths, so multiply the top and bottom by 4. That gives me the negative 126 over 20 plus 3 over 20. Negative 123 over 20 is what we get in the end. That doesn't simplify all the way, but it's close enough. So we get negative 123 over 20 as our answer. Okay. And then last but not least, number 38. The perimeter of a triangle is 27.1 feet. The sides of the triangle measure 9.8 feet, 10.9 feet, and x feet. Write and solve an equation to find the length of the missing side. Okay, so here we go. I have a triangle. I just draw one. The perimeter is 27.1 feet. We got 9.8 feet, 10.9 feet, and then x feet. So how do you find perimeter? Well, you add up all three sides. So 9.8 plus 10.9 plus x has to equal 27.1. Add these together, we get 20.7 plus x equals 27.1. Now I'll subtract 20.7 to get x. I'll have to borrow 0.4, 6, 6.4 feet. Okay. Now this obviously is not everything from section 4.3, but it's kind of a start. So again, if you didn't make sense of it or you have questions, send me an email, come and see me before after school. We can talk about things.